What does all this have to do with me?
Well, he's going on behind your back saying fuck Michael Corleone all the time. That's it. That's one thing it has to do with you, right? Say it to his face one time. Say it to his face one time.
Mr. Corleone, all bastards are liars. Shakespeare wrote poems
What am I
about
gonna
it.
do with this guy? What am I gonna do with this guy?
Joey, if there's some guy running around this city saying fuck Michael Corleone, what do we do with a piece of shit like that? He's a fucking dog.
All right, black screen again. Why? All right, just give me a moment here, guys. Again, I'm having the same difficulty. It seems the sequence of events that I'm doing is off or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's coming in and out. Give me a moment. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay, you hear me now. Okay, good. Thanks. Yeah, type it in the chat. I was just kind of going through everything, so I wasn't looking at the chat. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right, I was just looking through the things really quickly. The only thing that stuck out was the VIX, right? It's still remaining elevated. Okay, that's all I was saying. Honestly, I wasn't saying all that much. Um, the fangs are pushing lower. That was the other thing that stuck out. Okay, it's pushing lower. It's breaking this structure here, the flag, right? It's breaking the entire structure. So again, you know, I think it looks a little bit more bearish going into the close than it did this morning. Okay, even though it's trying to stabilize, and that's what I was saying when I was pointing to this. It's trying to stabilize in here, but it's not going to do a good job of it. Okay, um, you look at it on a bigger time frame. It's trying to hold on to that bottom trend line. Look at it. Look at it. It's horrible. Okay, it's horrible. When we went into the break, the afternoon break is what I'm talking about, right? What happened, right? We had this right in here, right? Hold on. We had this void. Why does it do that? We had the void right in here, right? So price took off, broke the previous high, went into the void, and failed miserably. There's no buying. Nobody gives a shit about buying this thing. Right? Came right back to the point of control where we are right now. But this is going to fail. Right? It's a head and shoulders, which is a continuation pattern. It's not at the top. So, right? Head and shoulders. It's going to fail. And I just kind of went through all the other ones. The DAX down 0.48. Look at it. Megaphone. Right? It looks like a disaster. Right? So you have a megaphone within a megaphone. Forget it. Look at the UK. Megaphone. There's nothing here. Still bearish. Oil broke down. Broke previous low. Trying to test this down here. It looks like shit. Bitcoin is pushing higher. Okay, so I adjusted the structure. It's basically a rising F flag. Okay. Basically a rising F flag. Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, you know, again, you can trade them, but this is not things that you buy. If you're going to buy a crypto, you buy Bitcoin. Don't give me this, well, I'm diversifying. No, you're not diversifying. You're wasting your time. Gold trying to stabilize. Commodities, you know, they're selling off. I mean, they're doing better than the rest of the market, clearly, but they're still not, you know, look at palladium. Agriculture at the bottom of the high base. Corn is breaking down, right? That's why we have this arrow here. Nat gas is pushing higher. I don't do this very much, but nonetheless it is. Yeah, dollar is pushing towards the upper range. So you shouldn't really own anything dollar long, right? So euro is breaking down from yesterday. Pound is breaking down from the structure. And then I was talking about the Turkish lira, and I'm wondering if this is not going to go to 10. I mean, they got some really fundamental big problems right now, and that's what I've been talking about. That you'll probably start seeing some currencies blow up at some point. And you know, when currencies blow up, social unrest ensues, right? It follows. I still think that we're looking at the COVID and lockdowns and all this stuff, and we're not looking at the great big pink elephant in the room, which is social unrest. I think that's the biggest problem that we're not paying attention to. US dollar ruble, USD CAD, Australia, New Zealand. There's nothing, you know, just kind of quickly going through them. Again, look at this thing, man. It's fucking selling off. I don't get it. I mean, eventually it's going to fall based on the structure, but I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it's doing. I mean, investment grade bonds are selling off. I don't know what this line is. Junk bonds are falling? Interesting. Facebook, man. See ya. See ya. Won't wanna be ya. Right? There you go. Wave 3, Amazon. Apple. See ya. Netflix even lower than yesterday. Wow. Yeah, see? Oh, we have pricing power. Oh, yes, let's go up. Pow! Bitch slapped. All right. Well, we're expecting lower prices into the close. All right, so we got to find the right setup now. Maybe again it might happen the last 2-3 minutes of the trading day. I don't know, but I'm going to show the head and shoulders again and again. Head and shoulders are continuation patterns. This is the compass, right? We can make a very strong argument that, well, you know, it's at the bottom of the support area, blah blah blah, and so forth. Let's get rid of this for now because this target has been met, right? Somewhere in between here. Um, and that's a valid point that in the bigger structure we're at support, but it's not holding. See, look at the previous ones. Touched, boom. Touched, boom. Now remember these were verifiable points prior. Okay, so doesn't matter. Boom, jump, boom, jump, boom, jump. Here, no boom jump. No boom jump. This one went fucking, like, oh shit. So again, pay attention to how and where it's doing what it's doing. If it's building that pressure at the bottom of the structure, chances are it's going to fucking give way. Fat, dumb, and happy at the point of control. Now, here's the thing with head tests, right? They create the head and shoulders, sometimes come up, head tested, and then drop. Now, what we've seen consistently is that you will get a move up and then down. All right, that's something that's been very consistent. Down, up, and then boom, down. Right. So there's a fuckery move associated with the next down move. Typically. Any questions so far? Anybody? Guys, anybody? No. Okay. Uh, it's the same thing with the S&P, right? It's got the same formation, right? Head and shoulders. Again, this one went into the void. That's what this big circle is. Went up to the void, went to the next point of control, just about. I mean, you know, this is the area where it begins, right? It didn't have any strength, and there was no resistance in here. I mean, it's a void. No buyers. No. They sold it right back off. And again, remember we had that lower high, okay, when it broke the structure, right? But understand that it's bullish short term. It's bullish for a move, not that it's the reversal. At some point on a larger time frame, it could be the reversal. But understand that when you're looking at a small time frame, don't be looking for, you know, big moves. You get in, you make your money, you get the hell out. We broke this structure, tight, 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 right? Remember? Tight, tight, tight coming down, wedgie. It's got to correct. It corrected, and that's for those who were not here in the previous session, right? That corrected, and then this corrected, right, to the downside, and then that corrected, created this W pattern, right? It's a W. It's the upside down of an M with the higher low. Broke out, failed. Failed. Wasn't even close. So again, the first thing I said this morning to subscribers was the fact that we made it to the bottom of the trend line of the structure tells me it's bearish. I'm not talking about this Nasdaq. Okay, the fact that we came all the way down here, and this is before the pump. The fact that we came all the way here tells me it's bearish. Why? Even though it popped, doesn't matter. It popped. It's bearish. It shouldn't have made it down there, especially not right after it just got down there. Right? And now what are we seeing? We're seeing it's right back there again after a fuckery move. Right? They fooled everybody. Boom. Right? And now you're building that pressure at the bottom of the trend line. And then you look at the rest of the market, it looks like shit. And that's what reading charts is all about, right? Understanding the subtleties. Now, had we done something like this, where we bounced, did something like that, and then, okay, we can wait until it corrects, right? And then take it to the long side after it builds some pressure in here. And then you can take it to the long side and say, okay, now we're in a correction, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But remember, these moves, they're designed to create emotions. This move is emotion. They're designed to create confusion and emotion. Remember, you're in the structure, the bigger structure. The bigger structure is bearish. So long as you're within structure, the bias is to the downside. Okay. There it is, right back down, right? That's what we've been talking about, head and shoulders. Breaking that support area. I mean, we're not there yet, but I suspect by 3 o'clock we will break down. Not by 3, by 4. Sorry. Give myself some leeway. Remember P formations, right? When they're going up, when they look like this, let me redo that. When they look like this, it's a short covering rally. Okay? When it's doing the opposite, it's the opposite of short covering rally. Everybody's puking it up. Everybody's puking it up. Again, if I can't show it to you dynamically in real life, you shouldn't listen to me, right? But for weeks now, I've been doing that. I've been showing it to you guys for weeks. So I hope you're starting to catch on and starting to learn a little bit. It takes time for you guys to train your eyes to see these things, obviously. It's not going to happen tomorrow, and you got to put effort into it. So go open up a trading account that's fake, simulation, whatever you want to call it, and start to learn how to do this, right? You can almost predict what I'm going to say if you get good enough. And then once you get to that stage, then things become a lot easier, right? Then you start to get what I'm saying. Uh, Lunchtime in background, man. You're hearing background noise? Is that what you mean? Maybe I gotta adjust my microphone. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see if I can adjust it. All right, let's see if this is better. Hopefully it is. What I'm eating. Egg whites. I have to start going onto a diet because I've gained a lot of weight. Egg whites with sausage. But sausage, I'm cheating because it's got a lot of salt. It's not good. There you go, starting to go. Yeah. Thank God here in the U.S. we have the egg whites that are in a carton. you know? So you just pour it instead of sitting there playing with the yolk. God, that makes me crazy. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. All right. Yeah, it just keeps coming down and, doing whatever it's doing. It's, one of these are going to go. Which one at what time, I don't know. But right now, the Nasdaq is down 2.46%. S&P is down 1.26, Dow Jones 1.6. So we are on the normal extreme levels. Anything above 2, it's a normal extreme for the day. Um, Again, with the VIX elevated around 40, things change a little bit. The FANGs are down 3.27%. But again, that's a little bit normal that they're going to overshoot on the up and the downside side. So Transportation 0.6. World stock market index down 1.7. Anyway, so let me show you something here because I think this is important. Before I was trying to explain that it's not COVID in of itself that's the problem, it's the social, uh, it's people that are making this worse, making it as bad as it is. Sweden chose to go for the economy over human life. I'm gonna phrase it that way. All right, and in doing so, they collapsed the economy anyway. 7.7% down on GDP. What about Taiwan? Taiwan dealt with it from the beginning. What what was the economic damage? 1%, 1.4%, and then up 4.4%. So what's better, dealing with the COVID, or ignoring it and just saying, "No, I'm going to go for the economy"? It's lockdown that's at fault. Lockdown. What? That that doesn't make sense, right? Does it? I mean, math, facts, and data, right? So what if we look at GDP growth? Where is it? Taiwan up 3.3%. I'm sorry. Did I say? I want to show you unemployment. Sorry. I'm like, what the hell is? What is this thing doing? Okay, so unemployment rate. Sweden. Why is this all funky?